We want to bring in Jamil Jaffer, founder and executive director of the National Security Institute at George Mason University. He also served as associate counsel to President George W. Bush. In his new op-ed with former Attorney General Michael Mukasey, is now up on Wall Street Journal, the website there, and it argues that we can't return to a pre-9/11 mindset on foreign surveillance. I think it's a provocative take. Tell me why in a nutshell.
Well, Kevin, one of the challenges here today is you've got a bipartisan coalition of folks who are saying we need to limit U.S. surveillance. We need to cut back on what we're doing to address foreign threats to the United States because they believe that there might be an impact on Americans' privacy. But the real threat to Americans here at home is a threat that foreign actors, including terrorist groups, pose to us and our allies abroad as well. It is critical that we maintain that capability to surveil foreigners outside the United States and protect Americans here in the United States as we go forward to the next 2 years with a massive terrorist threat on the horizon, two wars going on in Europe and the Middle East, as well as threats around the globe, including in the Indo-Pacific from China.
Let me ask you, though, this is a tightrope to walk. I mean, Americans' privacy is sacrosanct, and at the same time, the collection of information to keep the broader community safe obviously has to be paramount.
That's exactly right, Kevin. And there have been challenges the FBI has faced. We need to address those head on and solve those problems. But what you don't want to do is to prevent the FBI from identifying threats to the United States inside the United States by saying you can't look at lawfully collected information. We're talking about information collected overseas against foreigners. And the question just is, can you figure out, are they talking to people inside the United States? And what are they talking about? That's the most important time. You want to know who are they talking to and what are they talking about. That's the real challenge. And that's what we need to make sure we don't hamper. Reforms are needed. We need to protect that area of collection.
I'm glad you said reforms are needed, because I think there's plenty of evidence to suggest that there are millions of Americans who flat out don't trust the agencies, based in part on information that we have now been able to uncover over the last several years, and frankly, by virtue of the fact that some of the behaviors have been less than optimal. I think I'm being generous when I say that.
No, Kevin, you're exactly right. Look, there have been significant problems. We need to fix those problems, though. What you don't want to do is to throw the proverbial baby out with the bathwater, lose important collection, particularly when a terrorist or a foreign spy is talking to someone in the United States. You don't want to lose the capability to go after that. You do want to stop things like the lies that were told to the FISA court in a separate collection. This wasn't even about the collection that we're talking about now, but lies that were told by a lawyer. You need to throw the book at those people who violate the law, who do things unlawfully at the same time where you're doing things lawfully, like collecting information against terrorists and spies overseas. You don't want to prevent us from going in and looking at that and finding out, are they talking to an American? Are they trying to recruit somebody? Or are they trying to victimize an American here in the United States?
Look, I respect the hardworking professionals and the folks who are actual patriots who want to protect this country and do the right thing. But I think skepticism is warranted. And I appreciate the fact that you point out that there has to be reform before, once again, you go down this pathway of saying, look, we want to be protected. We want to give them the opportunity to protect us in doing their job. And at the same time, when we have seen abuses of power, a number of abuses of power over the last several years, I think it's going to be a hard sell for some. But Jamil, as always, thank you, my friend. I always appreciate your perspective. You always bring things back home the right way, and I know that you care about this country deeply. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate it.